from. I respect China and I respect President Xi, but they've been killing us. $507 billion in trade deficits last year. 507. Who the hell can lose 500? Then you want to do something about it, you get attacked. Oh, that's not nice. That's not free trade. The war was lost on trade many years ago. You know, when they were saying, not a free trade, I said, no, the war was lost. But now we're going to win it. And because we have all the cards.
Hi everyone. Megan, as you just saw, we hold all the cards. He thinks trade wars are easy to win. It's out of my field of expertise. What do you think?
Me too. I know very little about tariffs or trade. Let's watch these experts talk about it. Maybe it will make more sense.
This shows where China's retaliatory tariffs will hurt the most. The counties in dark colors will feel the greatest pain in their local industries because of the tariffs. As you can see, most of those counties are dark red, meaning they voted for Donald Trump. According to the Wall Street Journal, almost 20% of the counties that voted for Donald Trump will see more than 25% of their economies affected by the tariffs, while only 3% of the counties that voted Clinton will feel the same impact.
It's chaos. I mean, the president, says that Putin is fine. I mean, I go back to like the old Batman movie, The Joker. The Joker likes chaos. It seems that the president has almost a psychological need to create crises. He's not going about this trade policy in a reasonable, rational way, that whether his advice is from conservative economists, or he is just going pell-mell in a way that seems a blunderbuss attack on trade with our allies, trade with our competitors, in a way that's going to, I think, work to the advantage of China and even work to the advantage of Russia and harming Americans in the short run, if not the long run. So I don't know what his end game is. I just know that psychologically it looks like he's lashing out and creating a storm because he feels a need to do that.
Remember, he ran on the proposition that some of our trading partners are cheating us. And when it comes to trade with China, there are ways in which the Chinese have been guilty of unfair trading practices. Part of that has been intellectual property, but part of that has been manipulating their currency to make their exports to us cheaper than our imports to them. These tariffs won't have that impact. These tariffs are going to hurt many more Americans than they're going to help. As far as I and every other economist on all sides of the aisle sees this down the road, it's a very misguided strategy. It's going to lead to higher prices, slower growth. And by the way, you say you're not sure what Donald Trump's goal. His ultimate goal is to reduce the trade deficit. I don't think it's going to do that either.
As we start this trade war with China, the president also wants to end NAFTA. He has problems with the European Union. He's even drafted legislation to get rid of the World Trade Organization. And it kind of begs the question, he's trying to dissolve all of these things. What deal has he actually dealt? He has not made the economy better for the people who are going to suffer as a result of these tariffs.
Farmers can't go too long, in taking these hits. A lot of them live season to season.
And he's not making any trade deals whatsoever. Where do you go? What do you think you're going to get? When you hear the President of the United States say everything's okay with North Korea now, we have a deal, people laugh at that. And they know that you can't take him on his word. So how these farmers and manufacturers can rely on Donald Trump, it doesn't make sense. And that's how the rest of the world is looking at us.
I think there's actually even the more fundamental misunderstanding of what globalization is in 2018. Globalization is now this incredible omelet of supply chains that you can't unscramble. So if you actually look at American cars, every American car is an imported car because it has imported parts. And one of the cars, I should say, with the most domestic content on the American highway happens to be the Honda Odyssey. Okay? The largest BMW plant in the world is in South Carolina. So Donald Trump is going about, and this is often the case when he's talking about manufacturing and coal and the environment, as if it's a 1950s world where trade flows were 25% of GDP, now they're 60% of GDP.
I didn't learn a thing about economics. What I learned is you must have a plan. China has applied tariffs selectively, to products they know they can get elsewhere, and aiming at items produced in swing states. They have a strategy, whereas Trump just has a grudge.
Meghan, I agree with you, maybe they're right, and certainly biased. China will get soybeans from Brazil and Russia will take as much business from China as they can, and Donald's base will take an economic beating.